friend, you yet live. It is good to see you. We won the day, in no small part thanks to your fearless stand here. We were on the brink. You held them here on Hagen Hill, ground now hallowed in the history of our kingdom. In the fog, we could not see that our enemy had amassed his forces for a final charge meant to break our ranks in two, and he would have succeeded were it not for your stand, your valiant deeds. It is good you still draw breath and blood still pumps through your veins, though also on the ground, I see, will find a surgeon to stymie the loss of your precious life essence, and then a scribe to record your deeds for posterity, bring honor and glory to the kingdom through tales of your noble efforts today. I thank you, my friend. You have on this day earned your knighthood. Now, let me find that surgeon and we'll wrap up the rest of this, the stragglers from the enemy. All right. Apply pressure there and the surgeon shall be here as soon as possible. Thank you again, my friend. Soon you shall be one of my knights. Ah, the noble hero. The king was ecstatic, but quite concerned about your wound. I am a medic and I will take a look, if that's all right with you. Yes, okay. Yeah, it's good you've kept pressure on there. Oh, you've lost a lot of blood. Well, I've seen men lose more and live, and I've seen men lose less and also live. So I will clean up the wound. Very important, and then apply a poultice. Make sure you're bandaged well, and balance the humors, and probably you shan't die of a horrible fever. My friend, though, first, a bit of wine for you. This will help dull the pain. Yes, you'd think that for the wounded and dying we might offer a fine vintage, but that's just really not how we do it. So I'm going to take this away here so that I can clean your wound. Allow me to take this cloth here and just a bit of clean, cool water. wash the wound. It may sting a bit. It's important to get such a cavernous opening clean, though. Just make sure, get all of the grime away from the wound. Wipe away this blood. You're a very strong individual, quite courageous. So most men would have fallen straight away with this type of wound. All right, we're getting that cleaned up. Are you okay? Do you feel faint at all? Okay, hearty constitution that you have. All right. Shall set this aside. All right, the wound is nice and clean now, but I am concerned about degradations and infestations. I think the use of leeches would be recommended here. Nasty little buggers, but so healing, though. Well, suit yourself a noble warrior, simply trying to avoid any embarrassment for you, rather than dying gloriously on the field of battle with a spear through your breast. You might succumb to a festering, gangrenous wound writhing with maggots. See, that's something that we could solve very easily with some leeches. Yes, look at those. So you are declining the administration of leeches. Okay. Well, can always just hope for the best. You know, never leave to hope what you can influence with your two hands, but no matter. Well, if we're not going to do that, what I will do is make up a healing poultice out of some herbs and vegetations that will stimulate the healing process on a wound like this, okay? All right. Allow me to make that up for you. And you are going to take this cloth, and I want you to just continue to apply firm pressure, just firm pressure onto your wound while I ready the poultice. Again, some firm pressure onto the wound to staunch any bleeding. Just press this onto. Yes, that. Yeah, just press it there and hold it in place. I know it's asking a lot and things are painful, but if you can just press that there. Okay, perfect. Now, allow me to prepare this poultice for you to help in your healing. Well, I have this mortar and pestle, which I will use to prepare the poultice. Yes, here we are. some special herbs. Which we will add. And let's see. Yes, I think this is the one. Intense aroma, but important for our work here. There we are. And let's see. Yes. Shall remove. There we are, and yes. Very powerful and secret formulation. Add some of this very aromatic powder. These are collected from all over the broader lands. And yes. Shall I add these? Perfect. And then some of my special herb mixture. So we just grind these up a bit. Just like that. Just break these up a bit. Excellent. And now some very special oil to help bind and seal. So we'll add, and then we will mix together, form this very healing substance. To help restore your vigor. Truly, you have brought honor to yourself today. It would be good if we can bring you back to full strength and health. Okay, the poultice is ready. I'm just going to apply this, then we'll bandage up your wound fully, okay? There we go. Yes, I'm sure it has quite an unusual sensation, but that just means it's working. Just going to smear that there, place it on the the wound. Yes, I know. Be on quickly here. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to take some more cloth so we can fully bandage your wound. Wrap this around here. We will take this and we will use this to tie that in place here. There we go. Make sure it is securely held. Putting pressure on that bandage, holding it in place. Believed we have stopped the blood flow. So we get the watchfires burning tonight. If it still emits blood, we can of course use an iron bar heated in the fire to seal that, but I don't think that will be necessary. Just make sure this is tie, everything is situated properly. There we go. How does that feel? Okay. Of course there's going to be pain, but it's to be expected, of course, and the main thing is we've cleaned and protected the wound. We've applied a healing poultice and everything is tightly secured there to allow it to heal. Now, unfortunately, the sanguinary depletion has put your humors out of balance. I assure you it is no laughing matter. Well, I can prepare you a tonic of quicksilver and sulfur. It will have powerful restorative effects. No, you don't wish to have the tonic. Having your humors in balance will be important for healing from this. Okay. I believe the Herald wishes to make a record of your deeds. I think I've managed to stave off death for now. There remains the matter of the leeches. Would you like to go ahead and resolve that now? No. Okay. Well, what you have done today is truly marvelous, and the kingdom is in your debt. And I think I see the scribe now, so I will leave you to speak with him. I wish you a speedy recovery, and I will check on you soon. All right. Farewell. Greetings and salutations. I am Scribe to the king. I understand you played a critical role in the battle today, and it is my noble job to record deeds of bravery, courage, and or valor, to serve as a shining beacon to the realm of how one should conduct oneself, and of course to extend the glory and might of our king, etc., etc. So, I'd like to hear your account of the battle today. and I shall record it for the official histories. Okay. Please just share to me what occurred exactly as you remembered it. Just a moment, allow me to wet my nib here. Yes, on this day, third in the cycle of the moon of Carol. Okay. So, what was your role in the battle? Okay. And how long have you served our mighty, glorious, and extremely knowledgeable sovereign? Okay. Are you sure the blood flow is fully stauncheth? Okay. And did you consent to the leeches, or did you perhaps decline? Okay. I'm just trying to get a sense of whether this will be a posthumous account or one speaking of a true living hero of this glorious realm. Okay. So no leeches then. Okay. No matter. Alright. So tell me of the circumstances of the battle, of your deeds and specific actions you took during the course of the melee. And spare me no details. Okay? Okay, so you parried the blow and hacked your sword into his neck. And then you dodged the axe and plunged your sword into his belly. Okay. And then a glancing blow off your armor. Okay. And you kicked him in the codpiece. And then plunged your sword through the eye holes in his visor. Okay. And then you bashed him with the hilt of your sword. Okay. Yeah, and then he hit you hard. Okay. And you slashed across his side before stabbing him. Oh, okay. Well, your tale has a remarkable clarity to it, very direct in the telling, which, believe me, is harder to come by than you would think. But I wonder if perhaps a bit of an enhancement, a few extra details or memories might enliven and vivify the retelling. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Got it. And was that more of a decapitation or more like a punctured chest wound? Okay. Uh-huh. And where did this limb land? Okay. How far did it? How far? Okay. Let's make note of that here. Okay. And then you turn your attentions to this other knight, and you were able to run him through. Amidst the fray, how did you select which opponent to target your cuts and thrusts. A calling together of mighty warriors, perhaps. Okay. So you've sought out the smallest or most heavily wounded. A crafty approach, certainly important in its way towards resolving the combat. Yes, I wonder if we can find some words that help really convey the true essence of your experience here today. Let's see. Demonstrating great. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Something like, say, demonstrating great bravery, deftly wielded his sword, interlocking blades with the mightiest of the enemy's champions, emerging triumphant, resplendent in glorious, shining armor, unscarred by the best of his foes' attempts. Yes, I think that really kind of captures some of the unspoken words behind your tale on this trying yet ultimately glorious day. Yes, okay. Okay, and then to tell what happened next, what were the numbers of his ranks at this time? Okay. Okay, so let's see. Okay. All right. Oh. Okay. Okay, so you stabbed him. What are your words? Jabbed your sword through his gullet, but then the spraying blood made you lose grip on your sword. There's a pommel, the pommel of your sword. Should we say pommel there? Cause you to lose grip on the pommel, and perhaps. And you had to then you pull his skull from his neck. Okay. I mean, it's vivid stuff. I think it will really put the listener into the heart of the experience, the chaos of the melee. Okay, we're just gonna swap out a couple words. I don't want to lose the essence of your tale here, but maybe just a bit of poetic license, okay? Let's see, how about martial wrestling? And where was this? Okay. Okay. More than place, just something a little bit like this. Just throw it out there. Okay. When treacherously disarmed by a treacherous whelp, did verily engage of a test of strength and martial skill, wrestling your opponent to the ground, unheading him, relentless in your efforts to bring glory to king and country. Oh, I did have treacherous in there twice. Yeah, that seems a bit amateurish. Well, I can do some touching up, some editing, to get the final work and make sure that it reflects your words and the veracity of the events of the day. I would normally cross-reference your testimony, but all the witnesses lay dead here in mute testament to the carnage seen on the day. But no doubt the account you've given is true. And I must say I've seen a great many battles. I'm honestly quite amazed you survived. Thus far, anyway. Alright, well, thank you so much for allowing me to record this. No doubt the histories and magnificence of this land will be elevated by your account. I wish you a speedy recovery and great haste in your return to good health, should that be possible. All right, thank you. Brave warriors, beautiful and intelligent members of the court, we are gathered today to celebrate on this special occasion, knighthood. You have all heard the story many times now, oft repeated has it been in these last few weeks. But I shall recount it again today. Sir Wenceslaus, Sir Nathaniel, and I fought in the main ranks of the army, but in the heavy fog that blanketed the field that day, we could not see that our enemy had amassed his remaining troops for a final charge on our flank that would have severed our army. But for a fearsome few who stood on Hagen Hill, led by this one here who, though savagely wounded, broke the final resistance. Were it not for them, we would all be in chains or running around like chickens, our heads removed from our necks. So on this day I make you a knight. Kneel. I grant thee the right to bear arms and to mete out justice, and I bestow upon thee all the ranks and privileges of knighthood. Arise, sir, and receive acclaim. Your bold actions saved us all and proved you to be a true friend to the kingdom and to me. Hail this new member of the knighthood. On rise of Hagen Hill the balance swayed, like fate to dance on edge of sharpened blade. For 10 a friend, 100 foes opposed, yet each stood firm, though fear their heart enclosed. As red the ground as blush upon the rose, their goodly men split twain by fearsome foes. As day grew long upon the fateful green, mid blood and fog shone forth a longsword keen. On rocky Tor a force unconquered stood, who would not yield when even strong men would. The hero's deeds rung out in chorused blaze, a song still sung when living memory fades, of noble strength at arms and lordly will, who brave and bold stood fast